I'm Chad Kincaid with that grape juice. Caleb McLaughlin, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well. So I have to say, Deliverance had me in chills straight through. Like
Mm,
I did not expect it to go that deep. But
mm,
yeah, so first off, congratulations on the role.
thank you.
But you're a part of a very popular series that has elements of horror in it. But what made you want to dive into horror fully, or more specifically, a faith-based thriller, as Lee Daniels puts it?
Yeah. What I loved about the Deliverance was that it was deeper than just a classic horror
Hmm.
film. Uh, and also just trusting Lee and his artist expression and
Hmm.
his opinion in, film. I built a relationship with him prior to working with him on Concrete Cowboy, which he
Hmm.
produced on. And he sent me the script. I read it. Then I read the article
Yeah.
and knowing it was a true story. Didn't know this was a true story and it was based off of true and real people.
Hmm.
And when you watch the film, it's like, okay, it's scary, but it really talks about a family, a disrupted family dynamic and battling with family battling with their own demons, their own relationships, finding a higher power, finding faith, finding God.
Yeah.
And it started off this family, going to their new home, uh, kids maybe being abused, addiction, and then get to this demonic, scary story. But then there's God within all of that, and
Right.
seeing the light past, seeing God past your fears is
Hmm.
was really important. I'm a man of faith as well.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be something bigger than myself.
Hmm.
I didn't want to be a part of something like this where it's like, all right, we're getting possessed, we die, and then we walk
Yeah.
off. Mm.
Yeah.
It was a scary movie. Did you get scared? Like,
Yeah.
there's a message behind
Definitely
it. You know what I'm
did.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a message behind it. And I always want to attach myself to something that is
Hmm.
bigger than entertainment.
Yeah. And I want to dive a little deeper into that because, in the movie, Andrew Ellis's character speaks about how powerful the entity was, how she was not strong enough to battle it, and realizing how powerful darkness is.
Mm.
Did performing in this role make you change your real life perception of what is fiction and what could be real?
Yes. I mean, reading it, I didn't know that there was people have dealt with possession or demon spirits or whatever. People always ask if I believe in the devil or like demons, and I always tell them no. I don't like
Mhm.
giving power to anything that disrupts my life or in a negative way. But I don't want to negate that because it's true. It's like this story. So um, I always believe if you have God, you can anything is possible. And kind of like life is so precious. Life
Yeah.
is so fast and so small.
Hmm.
Really think about it in a scientific perspective. The universe that we live in, outside of our solar system, and outside of our galaxies, there's a bunch of different galaxies, a bunch of
Yeah.
different. Yes, I do believe in
Mhm.
aliens, not the maybe not the antenna tentacle like
Yeah.
extraterrestrial bodies,
Uh-huh.
but um, I just I don't want to give power to anything that does
Yeah.
not bring happiness into my life because there's a lot of bad people out there. There's a
Yeah.
lot of sad things that happen. I just came
Ah,
from a funeral recently.
mhm.
My cousin passed away. So life,
Condolences. Yeah.
thank you,
Mhm.
appreciate it. So, life is so short and I try to live it the best way I can.
Absolutely. And before I let you go, I mean, you're a great talent and you were in company with great other talent.
Yeah.
Glenn Close, Andra Day, Andrew
Yeah.
Ellis, Monique.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know most of your on-screen time is with Andra Day, but what about some of the other ladies? Did they impart any wisdom on you or give you any advice?
Oh yes. I think sometimes when you're yes, I've definitely gotten I've gotten what I've gotten from them was I'm more of an observer.
Hmm.
I ask questions depending on the situation. But when you're working, it's kind of hard to like sit down and get like real advice because you're still on a
Yeah.
work set. And advice, sometimes you got to get to the nitty and the gritty, and
Mhm.
you don't want to give the surface. And I'm not a surface kind of guy.
Yeah.
I want the honesty, you
Hmm.
know? Even being when I was working with Lee on set, there was one scene we didn't discuss one day, and I
Hmm.
did the scene for the first time. He's like, "That was horrible. What was that?" And I'm like, "We didn't talk about Nate yet. I
Hmm.
don't know who my character is.
Yeah.
What's his birthday?" Like, you
Hmm.
know. He was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, let's talk about it."
Right.
And that's great. Like, I love that type of
Hmm.
critique.
Hmm.
I come from a theater background, so I always want that. I want the brutal honesty, and working with Glenn, working with Monique, they're
Hmm.
just raw people. They're authentic. They're grounded.
Yep.
Um, but like I really I worked with Andra a lot, and I learned from her more. I spoke to her a lot more, just about life, personal things.
Hmm.
You work with people a long time. It goes past like acting. It's like
Hmm.
I was like, what in this experience, like what you when you were young, like how'd you feel like at 21, like doing this, and
Right.
you learn from that. So yeah,
Well, that's amazing. Well, before we go, I just want to say congratulations again on the role. You killed it. You did an amazing job. And
thank you.
yeah, I just hope and wish the best for you.
I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.